Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Our mission here at the garage is to save you guys as much money as we can. That's why we make these absolutely free videos guys. Let's go ahead and start on it now. Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. If you have a Ford Fiesta guys ST with a 1.6 turbo engine, that's one of the things that you have to check once in a while, because I've read online on forums and Facebook groups that's a weak spot, and I took it off today to inspect it guys. That's the high pressure fuel pump, the Tappet. That's the Tappet on the top, so they get wore out. I've seen some with 14,000 miles getting wore out, and this is the high pressure fuel pump. So stay with us, and today we'll show you how to remove it, how to inspect it, and how to check everything. We have more than 200 videos on the whole car guys. Please subscribe. We'll have videos listed on both of our channels, World Mechanics and Auto Repair guys. Okay, you can check them out. They will be in the description of the video below. Also, we started a new channel for live videos, electrical car repair live. So let's go ahead and start on it now. We're going to open the hood now, and the first thing that we're going to do, okay, we're going to open the fuse box, and this one will minimize the risk for spilling fuel. Some people do not do that. I prefer to be a little bit safe. Okay, so fuse number 11 guys. Okay, you can see on the back side number 11 right here. It should be this fuse, I believe. Yep, it's for the fuel system. So we're going to grab it, pull it out. What we're going to do now, we'll go ahead and start the car, and by starting the car we're going to use all the gas that's in the fuel system already. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll start it until the car actually dies. Okay, you see that way you don't have any pressure in the fuel system, just like you ran out of gas. Okay, you can see it's still running. Okay, it started missing a little bit now, so it's going to die any minute now. Wow, that's crazy how long it can go on gas just that's in the fuel now, and it died. So perfect, we're out of gas now, so we can proceed with the next step. First thing that we'll need to do, we'll need to go ahead and disconnect the car battery, so we don't have any power. You disconnect the negative first, and after that the positive. Make sure that they do not touch, otherwise you might even have to remove the whole battery. You can always put like a towel or something under the post so it doesn't contact with the battery terminal. Okay, you can see like this one here. Need to do the same thing for the negative as well. So next step, after we disconnected the battery, we're going to go ahead, okay, and remove the wheel. And you'll see why. It's something that you have to do, otherwise the fuel pump might be under enormous amount of pressure if you don't do it right. Okay, just one more now. Okay, we'll pull the wheel out. Next we need to get Torx 25T25, and we'll need to remove that cover here. There is a few screws there holding it in place. There is a video online already about that, but it's not as detailed, and I felt like we need to do a little bit more detailed video so you can see the whole process and you know what to expect if your car is needing that repair. Okay, the second one is towards the front. Okay, the same screw as you can see. Now let's see, it should come out. Okay, and we need to do that because we need to bring the car TDC, okay, the TDC point at 3 o'clock. And the TDC mark, okay, you can see it, let me see, on top, this is the white, okay, the white thing on top, you can see, we need to bring it at 3 o'clock. So with 18mm socket, okay, we need to get on the bolt and start turning clockwise. Never go counterclockwise because you might get the bolt loose. Okay, and a little bit more, just a little bit more. It's almost, yep, right there at 3 o'clock. Okay, you can see this is the mark. So that's it. We can proceed with the next step now. What we're going to do after that, okay, that cover, guys, is super easy to remove. You just pull it up. Okay, it has 4 bushings that go in here, one here, over there. You can see one on the front here and one towards the back over there. So that's out of the way. Next, we're going to remove this hose right here. So on this side, you squeeze on both sides, okay, and you pull it out. Just careful not to break it. It's a plastic hose. We're going to remove that, okay, that clamp right there, okay, and just pull this one out of the way. Okay, I'll just flip it right here so it's all in the way. Next, we're going to get a screwdriver and we're going to loosen that clamp for the intake hose. Now this one right here, guys, let me show you how you do that. You have to do both of them. Okay, this one. Okay, let me grab it with 2 hands now. You can see one is sticking out. You have to lift it up, but you have to lift up the other one too. Okay, and then you pull it up. Okay, let me grab it good because, okay, like that. And you can pull it out. Okay, just like that. Have to be careful not to break things. Okay, and next we're going to get a 10 millimeter socket right here on the screwdriver, and we're going to get that nut loose there for the intake hose and see if we will actually have to remove the whole intake hose or we can just push it towards the back. That will be really good if we can actually do that, save us a little bit of time. So we'll pull it out of the box. Okay, like that. Next we need to get a 12 millimeter wrench, okay, and we need to loosen that plastic, I don't know what you call that thing, a bushing that holds the engine cover in place on the back side. Okay, it goes out of there. So now we'll see if we can actually push the hose out of the loop right here. We have a bushing and it's pretty tight. And I don't think it will come out without breaking anything. Right here there is one clamp. Okay, I'm trying to focus a little bit so you can see. It's a little bit, okay, that greasy clamp right there. So we're going to get this one loose and pull the hose up. Okay, you can see the clamp is down there. Okay, right in front of that label. So we got it loose a little bit. We'll see if that will actually fix it now, and you will let it go up. It looks like it might need just a little bit more, or it might come out because you can see the bushing. It almost came up. Okay, you need to just make sure that the clamp is loose all the way, and then you just grab it and pull it out. Okay, you can see just like that. Okay, you can see, okay, where it got loose there. Okay, I'm trying to get some light. It's such a limited room on that small engine. And we're going to put a towel so nothing goes in the intake hose. That way if we drop a tool it will not go inside, otherwise we'll have to remove it and pull it out. Next we need to disconnect all the ignition coils here. So we need to pull the gray piece towards the back on all 4 of them. You press down and pull the cables out. Okay, now this is the fuel pressure sensor right here for the fuel rail. We're disconnecting this one as well. And now we have, we're going to get the clip removal tool. Okay, and we're going to disconnect a few clips here. Okay, one right there. We just pull them out. Have to go a little bit sometimes in an angle left and right, okay, to make sure that they come out. We're going to disconnect the cable here, and we'll pull this clip as well up, and okay, do this one here. Still holding a little bit, so it needs to go down, but we can do that later too. Okay, you can see it came loose. Okay, and just a few more clips here. You have to be careful not to break them, because later your cables will be loose. Okay, perfect. After that, we'll start removing the ignition coils one by one. Okay, it's important not to lose the bolts or drop them in the intake or anything like that. So we'll just collect them and start pulling the ignition coils out. Okay, just 2 more now, and the last one. Okay, perfect. So now we are going to remove, okay, this bolt with a 10mm. Still a little bit tight. Usually once you get them loose they go by hand, but this time decided to give us a hard time. Okay, almost out. Still moving there, but we will leave it. I think this one will not be holding anymore. Now, right here with 8mm socket, we will be removing a few more bolts. We will not be able to reach on this side, so we'll need to get a ratchet. This one is actually a 7 that I have here. Let me just grab it quick, and we'll need to remove this one towards the back. It's a little bit less convenient there. Again, it's important not to drop the bolts, and those bolts you cannot pull them out, so that's a good thing. This is for a good reason now. And you just think that you removed all of them, but there is one that's hidden, and it is this one right here. It's with 10mm deep socket because it's a nut. So we'll go ahead and remove it now, and it should come up after that, hopefully. It's a pretty complicated little engine. Okay, the nut is coming out. You can see just a regular 10mm nut. Okay, let's see if we can lift it up now, or if something is still holding. That's unbelievable. It looks like we still have something holding here. And a few more, guys. That's why it's a good idea to watch before you start doing that. You need to lift that seal up, and there is 2 more. Okay, with those will be just with 8mm. Okay, 8mm socket, or smaller than that actually. Let's see if it's a 7. Yeah, this is a 7. And that's where the fuel line is as well, towards the back side. You can actually see the oxygen sensors from here now. Okay, we still have a few, just need to be loosened a little bit more. And now we can go ahead and pick it up. Right here we have one more clip that we will need to disconnect. Okay, you can see on the side. Okay, this clip right here. So how you do that, this one, you can just pull it out. You can see right here. Okay, so we finally got to the pump. We're going to disconnect the wire, push in and pull out. Okay, let me show you the connector quick so you can get an idea. Okay, this piece right here, you push it in, you just pull it straight out. Now we need to disconnect the fuel line, and we already ran it out until we ran out of fuel. You can see, so we'll have less pressure, but be careful, wear eye protection, guys, eyeglasses, because this could be under really high pressure and you can get it in your eyes. This pipe here, it could be under high pressure as well, so be careful. Now with a 17mm, we are going to get the nut loose on the back for the pipe, for the fuel line. Okay, and now we're going to do the one over here. Perfect. Now we have to remove this one as well, otherwise it's not going to work out and you can damage your line. Okay, we're going to leak some fuel, so be very careful, nothing flammable around you, no spark, no smoking. Okay, perfect. Now, the pump is loose, but we still need to disconnect it with 2 more bolts with T45, Torx 45. So, how we do that? Okay, you can see the 2 bolts on the side. You can see this one came loose here. Okay, quite a bit of a bolt. You can actually use a socket on those, I think, as well. You can use the Torx or you can use a socket. Okay, this one is out. Make sure that we don't have... Okay, we don't have any washers. And it's spring loaded, I believe. It has a spring inside of it, so you'll start pushing up. Especially depends where it is on the camshaft, because the camshaft pushes it up and down, you know, so it can build the pressure. Once you get the bolts loose, just pull it out, guys. Okay, now that tappet is right there. You grab it with your finger. Sometimes you will get stuck because you will have oil in it. Okay, and you can see this is the tappet. Ours has only 11,000 miles. So far it looks okay, but I'll definitely, guys, keep checking it. So you put everything back together in reverse order, we took it apart. Thank you guys for watching and many more videos to come. So guys, hopefully the video was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Now check out our YouTube channels, guys. We have more than 19,000 free repair videos that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. That's why we make these absolutely free videos. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.